run affiliate and performance PR for our clients. We always, like get excited when, we're hitting their goals at a profitable way, whether that means through a new partnership, new uses of it. It could be a press hit.
Can you describe for our listeners what it is in one sentence that Upsellit does?
Conversion rate optimization, full funnel strategy.
Yeah.
So really everything from top to bottom of the funnel, try to get sales to stay on the site.
So you guys have known each other for 20 years. How did you first start working together, and what made it a yes for both of you?
Well, we started working with eAccountable, trying to do the math on it, probably about 12 or so years ago. A big part of when it was just me, when I was employee number one, is how do we build a sales force without having a sales force, right? Mm-hmm. And it was going to the networks and going to the agencies and saying, hey, we're all in the same boat here, trying to drive sales for our clients. Let's work together. Back then, still people were just sending traffic to a website and didn't really care about converting. And then there's kind of this convergence point of everyone realizing, well, we got to actually convert and drive sales, right?
What was the single biggest block about that in terms of those conversations? Was it just literally getting their head around the tech?
And, tech's always kind of been it, right? And then when we started doing the universal tags and whatnot, that was obviously a game changer. But back then was, how do we put the tag up? Who's going to do it?
Like 10, 12 years ago, people still just thought of affiliate as the traditional affiliates, and including a lot of our clients and the marketing teams. And so you come to them with a totally different solution, but that's through affiliate. I personally, and I know like my team loves when there's something that's different to talk about and bring these types of opportunities to clients. And it, like when it makes sense and they can provide the data to back it up.
Well, when you talk about like struggles we face as well, that's another big one, right? And not only because they're like, well, I already do that.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. Right? Let us show you, right? They don't even get on calls because they're just convinced they do everything we do. Yeah. Well, let us show you, right? I'm sure you see that with the clients as well.
They're like, oh, we can do that through our Shopify or whatever. And you're like, not really. Like, you can do a very pared down version of what it is.
And they may do something, and that's great. Keep doing it, right? But let us show you a gap analysis. Let us show you what you're not doing, because there are levers that you can pull that you're not pulling yet, and let us show you how to do that. And one of the reasons why we're here together and talking is they've been so good. We've been working with them for so long that it's seamless working with them in terms of their referrals to us, right? Like their team gets it. And it's almost like, it's become almost just like a handoff where we don't have to sell it as much anymore either, because your team does such a good job in just explaining what we do. Because that's, again, one of the hardest things too is, again, we're not just exit technology. We're not just this, we do so much more, and they get that.
Yeah.
There's definitely like the light bulb moments of, if they bring up something about wanting to increase AOV, we're like, oh, the product recommendation makes sense. You have a high-end linen client who really wanted to get away from sales and, debranding, but they still had like this subset of customers who they knew just only bought when stuff was on sale, and they wanted to do private sales through them. And Upsellit has technology to help with that. So it's kind of, I love when it's like a unique solution like that is not what people think of always when they think of Upsellit. It's like a very different thing, and it's a luxury client, and it's working fantastic for them, and they love it.
Could you speak to a couple of the different solutions that are maybe one that's much more narrowly focused on commercial outcomes, and maybe another that is maybe more towards like a brand protection or brand protective?
That's a great question. So again, going back to the cart, that's the easy one, right? Throw a coupon up. We don't like to just throw a coupon up, but like pull in products. What are you looking at? Let's get you over the threshold of free shipping. Put $25 more in your cart, right? And those are great ones. But when you talk about like a luxury purse or clothing brand or something, they are more protective, right? So a lot of that is usually based around more like scarcity or social proofing, right? Of your friends buying it, you're not buying it type of a thing. So we use a lot of that to get people to purchase as well.
I guess from the agency side, I'm sure if you are kind of talking about Upsellit and there's like any type of like skepticism, how do you kind of overcome that?
Upsellit is always open to do A/B testing and show the numbers. So I say, let's test it out. This is how we phrase it. And then they will do the incrementality study. They will present the data. We'll do A/B testing. We'll do all of it. And then see if it actually is having an impact. And let's do baby steps too. We'll start with one product and then see what they see, and maybe we need to tweak it here or there and move it around. As long as you can back it with data, most people are then more comfortable to test it out.
What does good measurement look like? How do you kind of set a baseline?
Honestly, for us, it's fairly easy. We do 50-50 usually to start. So 50% will get our solution and 50% will not. And so we'll do a holdout group. We can use third-party tools that they use to do the incremental lift testing, or we have our own solution. So really, again, it's the client, what they have the appetite to do, or what they can do internally.
Is there any qualifications to get service from your team, or what do reports look like?
So we think of ourselves as like a white glove service, an agency type for conversion rate optimization, right? And so that is really being with them through the whole process, right? They will then go through a first or second solution with them as well if they can. But we've got another team behind the scenes that works with them to look and say, okay, here's the stats. Let's look for what other solutions are going to work, and then put together a presentation for them on the next solution, right? So it's not, again, now we do have the clients who are like, I don't care, let's just keep this running. We're good with it. We're good with it. It's working. We don't need anything else. That's great. But we want to show that we're bringing the value all the time, even if they don't do it.
Teresa, you probably hear this all the time from brands, but content partners are more and more becoming a focus for brands. How do you guys kind of balance that conversation between leveraging conversion technology, but also protecting the content partners within affiliate programs?
Tools like SoftClick are fantastic, but it's just, I think it's really in how you manage those relationships with the content partners and how you structure them. You know, like you do the things you definitely pay higher commission, but you can also pay in other ways too, like CPC or, you know, like hybrids or, you know, like have other goals around them and how you're working with them. So I think that that's a lot of it is like a lot of our partnerships are CPC.
And so where do SoftClick and the master tag actually help in making tech partnerships easier or more responsible to run, do you think?
You know, like if someone's on Awin and has master tag capabilities, I'm like, this is fantastic. Like it's so easy to test this out and try it.
And you all have one of the easiest ones. I mean, honestly, like not just because I'm doing this here.
I was gonna say, snip that.
Say it's a camera,
right? But really, I mean, it's so easy for the client to do it, right? And it's a couple clicks and it's up.
And I guess if they do have the master tag, what's the typical lead time when someone decides we want to work with you?
That's about a 2-week process.
Okay.
Once they get the tag up.
Okay.
Sometimes shorter, sometimes not.
When you look at the next 12 to 18 months, what is it that's changing fastest, do you think, in how brands think about partnership marketing more generally?
I feel it's been at a crossroads for a little bit in terms of becoming like mainstream, right? I feel like we've always been kind of like nice to have, right? Other departments have kind of come first, and I think we can really push affiliate more into the mainstream with what's happening with AI and how we can leverage it. And again, going beyond the click and how do we do that? And it kind of goes back to partnerships, not just, you know, us talking together, but networks talking together, agencies talking together. Like, what are they doing to make it work, right? Because we're all in the same boat together, right? And I think that's a big part of where we're at is how do we get to that next level? And I think if we can figure it out, it'll be good for the industry.